It's another beautiful Saturday morning here in Bradford. The current temperature is 71 degrees, and the forecast is for sun, and more sun with a high of 84. If you're out and about today, make sure you say hi to the local volunteers who are videotaping and photographing our fair town. These future Steven Spielbergs will be on our streets and sidewalks, businesses and playgrounds, just about everywhere. So help them out and let's show everyone what a great town we have. Coming up, we've got more news and sports on WESB.
Presentation of Your Town Bradford is made possible in part by a grant from Coaspire Electronics Incorporated, a proud member of the Bradford community producing resistors, capacitors, and inductors for the world market. From Zippo Family Store and Museum, showcasing more than 60 years of matchless achievement in Bradford. And made possible through the financial support of WPSX members in Bradford and your town.
I think all of the volunteers have a love for this community, and this was our opportunity to express it. And we all did it in our own ways, I suppose, but I think that was the underlying thing. We all were very excited about our community, and we just want to tell other people about it.
Today I was up very early and I was videotaping the John Williams European Pastry Shop first. It was an experience that was fun for me because I had never really seen what went on behind the scenes. You know, it's one thing to go in and buy the donuts, it's another thing to watch them make the donuts. And so I got to watch them make the donuts and had a little explanation of what they do and why.
These are called donut sticks, and some people use them as drums. And you just flip two at a time. It's all in the wrist. It just takes practice, 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 practice. Hey, get over it. That's it. When you get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, you get used to doing all this quick, neat, fun stuff. And that's the donuts. Voila!
Then I went on to Bradford Regional Medical Center. That's where I'm employed, so it was, you know, a nice place to go and to try to give people a little indication of what we do there, who we are, and what we do. And so I shot a few different departments there. And then I went on to a place called Glendorn. Glendorn has been very firmly rooted in Bradford's history for over 65 years. And it has now been, in the last year, has been turned into a resort. And so I went out there and did some video of the scenery and even caught a little bit of wildlife at the same time. I picked Glendorn because I have a family history there. My father, actually my grandfather started there as caretaker. And when he died, my father took over and was with them for 56 years. And now my brother is grounds manager there. And it's a place that I live near, and it's just, that's a very special spot in my heart, and I think it's nice for other people to see that too.
How do you like living in Bradford?
Oh, it's great. I love it. Best weather in the world. Well, not in the wintertime, I suppose. We get a little bit of snow, but this time of the year, it's gorgeous. Clean, fresh air and sunshine, and we just have a good time.
What do you like best about living in Bradford?
Well, my wife and I like to ride a tandem bicycle, and it's great biking country. Lots of nice scenery. We ride out by the bay, have a good time out there, and the roads are a little bumpy once in a while, but we avoid the potholes as best. So we like outdoors things, hiking, riding the bike, that kind of thing. This is beautiful country for it. See you later.
Bradford is a homey town. It's not only just for people who live here, but it's Bradford is anybody town. It's when you leave, you graduate from Bradford High, you always come back. It's a town where you have your roots, and when you come back, you say, yeah, I did miss it.
I'm Pete Christian. Was asked a couple of nights ago if I would assist in taking some videos for this documentary, and I said I'd do it. And my particular portion of it is the high school band practicing their first, their autumn program for the first time this morning and early afternoon. A lot of footage of kids and the band director Marty Martone and his wife, who handles the color guard.
When we put it all together, all the small parts, it becomes a major production. Right? So what we want you to do is give a lot of encouragement and positive reinforcement to the people that have been coming up and performing. What you see now is half of the mallet section, Ann and Sarah. I love you, Ann! I love you, Ann!
I heard the train was going to be there, but it had to be up lucky to catch it, because I was lucky because I took my wife, let her up to children's home, and I heard the whistle, and I raced down the tracks to get a part of history. Like I say, we'll never see that again, probably. But it's just something we can capture for later in the future. It's something we'll never see. So I was lucky to get it.
What is your name?
Jesus.
And what is your name, young lady?
Teresa.
And what is your name?
Nombre, dile. Dile tu nombre. Vincent.
His name is Vincent.
You live in Bradford?
Yes.
Yeah.
You like Bradford?
¿Te gusta vivir aquí? ¿Te gusta vivir aquí? Sí.
Well, we then came from here. We came from
Puerto Rico.
You came from Puerto Rico?
Yes.
It's kind of cold up here compared to Puerto Rico, isn't it? Do you mind the winter?
Beautiful. I like it.
You like it?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Jason Schick. I'm 13 years old, and I go to school at Fretz Junior High. And I was one of the tapers for the Our Town video. And the most exciting part of the day was when I went down to the McKean County Animal Shelter and caught them in the act of adopting a pet. And the best part is you could see what the whole process was of writing the forms out and then watching them go down the hall, which was noisy that I'm surprised the mic actually picked up everything that was down on that hall because of the dogs. They were barking so much. And then them walking out and driving away with the new pet. And it was sort of a little bit touching because the dogs, he would zigzag from one holding cell to another and sort of say bye to the dogs as he went down through the through the hall.
My name is Gene Smith, and I videotaped Crook Farm and the powerhouse up near the ranger station for the Allegheny National Forest. It was a family farm that was founded many years ago here in Bradford. They don't know the exact date it was actually founded, but they have the house there that was originally built. They added on to it quite a bit when they found oil and stuff in the area. They also have a schoolhouse that they moved in from a different area that was, I believe, built by the Crook family.
Men teachers may take one evening each week for courting purposes, or 2 evenings a week if they went to church regularly. After 10 hours in school, the teacher may spend the remaining time reading the Bible or other good books.
It is a historical landmark. It has a plaque on it for the Historical Society. And they also have a few other buildings that was moved in locally to preserve some of them, and because some of the buildings on the original site were destroyed or had fallen down over the years.
Dad could have been a pioneer.
I would have loved to have been a pioneer.
The powerhouse, it was a wheelhouse that they used for pumping oil out of the ground. The one they have right now is just for demonstration. They only have one of the rod lines actually hooked up, and then the well is capped off itself. Basically, it was a large engine that they pumped. They turned a wheel with a series of belts, and they hooked on these rod lines that run to the pump jacks, and they would pump the oil out of the ground like that. It was the old way of doing it. Instead of having individual power for each place, you could run more than one well off of this wheelhouse. I was born and raised here, so knowing more things about Bradford and letting other people know more things about Bradford is one thing I like to do.
We're now inside the South Bradford Fruit Market, and here's the owners and operators of the place. Hello, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Good. Could you tell us a little history about your place?
Yeah, my name is Ronald Bozer, and this is my son, Glenn Bozer.
Okay.
And we've been here since 1957. 39 years we've been in the retail and the wholesale business. And we have 6 greenhouses. We also farm corn, etc., cabbage, and things like that.
Okay, this is a very nice place there.
Thank you. We try very, very hard, and we try to make a nice display for all the local people and everybody. We have we're very, very happy with what we do. We're all family, and all family oriented. And we've all been together for almost 40 years. The whole family has.
All right, so thank you very much, sir.
Just a pleasure. Thank you.
Bye.
My name is David McCain. I grew up in Bradford. We come back every year for about half the year. My wife and I, we live in Connecticut otherwise. And we come back here because it's not like Connecticut. It's not a monoculture. It's a very diverse place. There are people from all classes and educational backgrounds. And I've been at a university for almost 30 years, and there you get one type of person over and over and over, and here you get a variety of people. So today I went up to the top of Tuna Avenue, which is one of Bradford's very hilly streets, where I knew a woman lived who had written a letter to the editor of the local paper complaining that she couldn't get off the hill during the winter because the city couldn't plow. And I went up to see her and to talk to her about that experience, and she's about 70, as I think I said, and she has to crawl down the hill during the winter. Well, I met her, and I met her husband, Willis, and we talked for quite a while, and I met their stray cats and dogs, and I saw how they lived and enjoyed talking with them a great deal. And I knew the hill from childhood because I lived in that neighborhood. That's another reason I went back there, because I knew the area. I used to be able to cut across the side of the hill to a friend's house, Eddie Laughlin, who lived on top of the hill just up from them. On the way up to Tuna Avenue, I passed by Tony's barber shop, and Tony and I went to school together from first grade all the way through high school. And I saw him snipping somebody's hair in there, and he said, "Hi, Dave," and I said, "Hi, Tony," and I got a few steps past, and I said, "Gee, I should go in and get a picture of Tony snipping while I snap." Another thing I did on the way to Toon Avenue was stop by one of my favorite places in Bradford, the Humble Pie Performing Arts Center, where they teach, you know, dance, painting, acting, poetry writing, prose writing of all kinds to the kids of Bradford, and it's just a wonderful program. And when I was there today, there was a very young girl, beautiful little girl, in her dancing outfit, a ballet outfit, dancing in front of the mirror to some music, and it was fun. So I had a great morning.
My husband and I couldn't wait to retire and come back to Bradford, and we just love it here. We've been here 7 years now, and we love the slow pace and the people. They're friendly and nobody's in a hurry, and it's kind of stress-free. And I especially enjoyed doing the filming today of Bradford. I knew there would be a lot of beautiful scenery to shoot, but I wasn't prepared for how beautiful it really is this time of the year. And I would shoot something, and then I would go down the road and I would say, oh my gosh, I have to get that too, and then I'd stop and get that. And I'm just sorry that I ran out of energy because there was so much to shoot. That other one is, I think, 20. How much did you say the desk was?
This one's 15, and the desk over there is 20.
$15?
That's it. Price to go. This is the second day. We're marking everything down.
Is this marked down yet?
Let's see. Yep, that's $10. What?
Okay, I think
There's enough with the other.
Did you take any checks?
Yes. The only thing is, this is a little bit loose, so just so you'll know that in advance. It might need to be resoldered there.
Oh,
And that's probably why it's $8 or $10 instead of like 60 or. Okay, would you like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you buying anything today?
Well, I'm interested in the dolls over here from other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And I have made an offer for them. They're going to decide tonight, go by the offers that are given today.
You want to show me the dolls? Which ones are they?
Oh, over here.
Hi, how are you?
Right here, I think this is quite a selection.
Yeah, it was handmade.
Now, I do not know the countries. I'm not sure the countries that they come from. But how do you like this Thai couple? They're really
Oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it?
beautiful. And I like
Very unusual.
the Japanese one, too. Probably a geisha girl.
How much did she want for them?
She's taking offers on the whole collection.
I see.
And so I have made an offer, and I will find out tonight then. If, you know how
Oh, we
she's
have a whole
made out.
box of them here.
Box, oh, yes, here's a Spanish girl. Even a snake charmer.
Very unusual.
That's what I thought. Over somewhere European, Central Europe, probably.
Would you mind telling us what you offered for them?
$100.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a doll collection?
A small one, yes. Yes, my daughters and I collected some dolls from other countries when they were at home, living at home. Very interesting. So, we shall see if I get them or not.
Well, we'll check back with you later and see how you make out with your bid.
Oh, okay.
50 cents.
What are you buying there?
USA. A commemorative mug of the Queen Elizabeth II, QE2, and USA
This is $5.
1992 Olympic.
How much you paying
This
for
is just a
those?
little thing if you want to put on it.
50 cents a piece, or 25 cents a piece, I'm sorry.
What a deal, what a
If
deal.
you wanted to add anything on it, like
Oh, I see what you're
Yeah.
talking about. I didn't.
a little extra.
Okay, thanks very much,
Okay,
dear.
thank you. Thanks, sir.
I looked and it was gone.
She's a little bit faster than you are. At least you got your tops.
Have you been on the Queen Mary?
Yes, I visited there 4 years ago, I believe, 5 years ago.
And you didn't get a mug at that time? Did you tell me your name? I'm not sure.
Yeah, my name is Jose Gomez. Her name is Maria.
Hello, Maria.
Hello.
You like Bradford?
She only speaks a few words of English.
Oh, well, talk to us in Spanish then.
Yeah, habla en español.
Nada, que me gusta mucho esto, se me parece mucho a mi país, a España, el clima y todas las cosas. Y esto, ahora son nuestro hobby.
Yeah, you want me? I can translate for you what she said.
Yes.
I like to live around very much. It seems a lot like my country, Spain, and we enjoy garage sales every Saturday around Bradford.
I shot the old City Hall and the clock that has not been running for a long, long time, and it stopped at 7:05. And so no matter what time it is anywhere in Pennsylvania, it's always 7:05 in Bradford.
I'm Paul Reichert, and I'm on the advisory board for Channel 3, so I guess I was kind of an organizer of this event and came up with a lot of different ideas. But personally, what I wanted to do, and what I did in the beginning of the day, actually at midnight, was a press run at the Bradford Era. I worked at the Era, so it was obviously the first thing that came to my mind. And I got the end of the day there, but actually the beginning of a new day in Bradford. And I think that was kind of fun to do last night. I stopped at the Kennedy Street Cafe for breakfast. I didn't have breakfast, but I got some footage of people having breakfast. Kind of give us a little bit of flavor of the community. I stopped at the YMCA and got about 4 or 5 minutes of the gymnastics team. Girls of various ages doing all kinds of things that I couldn't imagine doing. So, I've been around town.
My name is Larry Graff. I moved to Bradford about 4 years ago, and when this Your Town project was announced, I was real excited about shooting the film for Zippo Manufacturing and Case Cutlery because of their community involvement and their support of all their workers and all the projects and the support that they give to the people in the area.
My name's Peggy Herrera. I'm the communications coordinator in the marketing department at Zippo.
What kind of changes have you seen in Zippo in the last couple of years?
One of the biggest changes in the last couple of years is that we've increased our workforce tremendously. A year ago we had just over 1,000 employees, and now we're over 1,200 employees. Zippo has 3 shifts working in some departments, 2 shifts in others, working almost around the clock, and we still can't keep up with the demand for our lighters and our other products.
How many lighters can we make a day?
The figure that we try for is 75,000 lighters a day.
Tell me how many you made in the history of the company.
We had a really exciting event 2 months ago. Zippo produced our 300 millionth lighter. The Zippo lighter has been virtually unchanged for 64 years. There are 8 lighter collecting clubs worldwide. These collectors gather to meet, exchange their lighters. They're always looking for something unusual. I know that's one thing they hope to find when they visit the Zippo Museum and store this year for the Zippo Case Swap Meet.
The way we work is we're working 7 days a week now. Monday through Thursday we run 2 10-hour shifts. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we run a 12-hour shift on each of those days. So all week long we've got somebody in this factory making products and getting things out and working as a team to meet our sales goals and satisfy our customers. The first person that you see is Mike Dubois, and he's hafting. And what that is they're working on the body of the knife, the bolsters, getting things smooth. And Mike has been with the company, it'll be 22 years in September. We can see Don Holtz there again at the buffing wheel. And one of the things that I wanted to point out about this is that Don usually works as a surface grinder, but he's filling in today doing the buffing, and that's where our cross-training policy comes in. Every employee is cross-trained on at least 2 jobs in the factory so that they can move with the workflow and do something like this, fill in. What you're seeing right now is a display case. These were knives that were part of the Case Factory knife collection and were sold in 1989 under a previous owner. And they've been at Smoky Mountain Knife Works in Sevierville, Tennessee. We've just reacquired these knives, and they came home to Bradford on Tuesday, June 12th, 1996. This is just a small portion. There are over 300 knives in the entire collection. They show an 80-year history of the craftsmanship of this company.
I'm Chirp, and I love to do camcorder work. I love to do weddings, which I just came back from over in Eldred. Bob Hand, who works at WSB, who was at the beginning. He just married Michelle Burdick, and the wedding was fantastic.
Oh, it's all over my new ring.
And I got a reception, a 50-year anniversary down at Toji's.
I'm Ed Boyle.
I'm Mary Boyle.
We're from Bradford, Pennsylvania originally. We've lived here 70 years.
So he saw my picture go by, and so he wanted to meet me. And I live right up on East Main Street. This is Joyce Evans, and they have the Evans roller drome. Right. And we had wonderful times. We had a lot of fun. Wonderful, wonderful roller.
Why do you like to fish?
Because it's fun and I like catching fish.
Do you eat any of those fish?
Not really, I usually eat these most of them. Unless they're real big.
Uh-huh.
Unless they're really big.
Who taught you to fish?
My dad. Just a little bit, and I learned the rest.
Good for you. Looks like you have to be patient.
Yeah. Takes a while to catch a fish.
My name is Bill Kemp, and I went out and shot some 35 millimeter slides this morning. I enjoy shooting some of the scenery. We have just a lot of beautiful hillsides around Bradford, and I went down South Avenue and shot some of the old oil wells back in the fields surrounded by buttercups. The buttercups are in full blossom, as well as those orange flowers there around. And also shot the Oil Well Museum, which is also on South Avenue outside of Bradford. They have some of the equipment there used in the early oil well productions, which is an important part of Bradford's history. Further down the road is there were 3 large tractors out in the field of buttercups that I took this morning also. I think we have some of the most beautiful scenery to be found up in this Bradford area. We have not only the hillsides, but quite a bit of interesting water and streams with the water that runs through the parks and the fields around. So that it's a very beautiful spot to be.
I hope that people that watch this will
I guess, bring back with them the flavor of a small town in Pennsylvania who's going through some good times, especially when the weather's nice, and who's gone through some tough times, and hopefully we're on the rebound. And we're just like any other small town in the USA, and we're special just like every other town, and we have special people, and we hope that whoever's watching this will enjoy those special people.
Do you have any
Morning, Michael.
little tidbits or memories or stories about Bradford
Stories of
since you've lived here?
We've been in the flood at 1947. There was a flood here, and I was just a little girl at the time. And
was your house flooded?
No, because I lived up Lewis Run, and we got out of there before it could get flooded. And then it was a very bad flood. And Zippo is what really keeps Bradford where it is, you know. The Zippo is beautiful to come up and visit. In the fall, you want to come up and visit because the fall, the leaves and the hills of Bradford is very beautiful. You'd enjoy it very much.
My name is Bryce Marks. I interviewed D. Harvey Phillips and Gladys Torgler this morning. They are, to me, probably the most beloved people in Bradford.
Harvey, do you remember when I moved up here?
I certainly do, Gladys.
It was 1940.
You moved up here, but you see, I was born here, right across the street from you.
That's
so
right.
That's why you and I became such good friends.
And this is was your home?
This home, I was born in this house, and it might interest you to know, Gladys, that my father built this house as a wedding present for his wife, my mother. This house was built in 1899, as was most of the homes on the street. The largest home, unfortunately not here, it was the end of the street called the Dresser Mansion. This was a house that you could almost hold all these houses together, put together in it. It was tragically destroyed by fire about 10 years ago.
And also I took a tour of the Oil Field Museum. And oil being an integral part of Bradford should be interesting. Mr. Briner, as the curator, took us all through the museum and explained the different facets of it. And I might say there were some foreign visitors there, which proved very interesting. All facets of drilling, testing oil, the sands, the nitroglycerin part of shooting a well.
And then the shell was lowered down into the ground and stopped right opposite the oil sand. Then they would take something called a squib. They'd put 2 sticks of dynamite in it. I'm not going to drop this. And they'd light the fuse, drop it down the hole, and this is what would happen. The oil and the gas and the water would come up over the top, and it would blow out a huge, big reservoir down on the ground into which the oil and gas would drain, and it then could be pumped out with a pump like this.
Everybody very cooperative. They all knew that Bradford was going to be on TV being interviewed, so they're cooperative. Some were bashful, some were happy to report, but it was a good day and we had a beautiful day for it.
Okay, here's all the Browsers there. They represent several generations. There's Lester and Joseph and Mrs. Miriam Browser. Would you like to tell the people a little history of your store here?
Well, go ahead.
No, you go on.
Lester?
We've been in business since 1918. We buy and sell everything, new and used. Now we've kind of changed our image to a store, a small town department store. We carry the very best lines of shoes, best lines of sportswear,
mattresses,
and furniture, mattresses, both new and used. We sell furniture of every quality.
Every quality and the best.
You're kind of close to being like the old general store then.
We try to service people. We try to, and I think we have a niche that we know things that people want in this area where the mass merchandiser buys for the whole country. We buy for people in this area because we've been here a long time. We know what they want.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm sure the people in the area would be glad to hear from you people.
We've serviced the community since 1918.
And my name is Skip Bond, and I've lived in Bradford most of my life. And it's a real privilege to be able to shoot some video for this program. I started off at the Kinzu Bridge, which is one of the largest steel viaducts, all steel bridge built. And what we saw was the length of this bridge as this train, the old train was going across it, available to tourists as people would get on and off of the train as it moved away, or they stopped for lunch, make its turnaround. The beautiful view from the top of the bridge as we looked out over the valley, as you can see for miles over the ridges and the hills out through there. We also got a chance to go to the local swimming pool where all of the children, the small children particularly, can have a lot of fun getting in to the swimming, particularly on a hot day like today. The kids on the diving board. And then for those who like the fishing, we had the ability to go out and look at a man trying to catch himself a trout as he's doing a little fishing, casting out into the serene streams of Pennsylvania here in the Bradford area. Really enjoyed today's effort. It was a lot of fun. And it gave me a chance not only to talk to people and brag about the city, but it also gave me a chance to promote things that I enjoy doing. The train, the fishing, the people at the pool, seeing people enjoying things that are available to them on today's, on a day like today.
It's a great community. It's a stable community. It's been here over 100 years, and it looks good for another 100.
Okay, my name is Lloyd Fiscus. I've done a little bit of amateur photography, and I kind of enjoy that, so I thought I could find some interesting subjects in Bradford. I had a good break. Mr. Stan Gleason, the owner and manager of the Hooker Fulton building, let me go up on the roof of that 8-story building. So I got a beautiful shot of Bradford. It's like Bradford sitting in a bowl, gone completely around, taking that. That was one of the highlights.
A great view from up here. Been so many changes over the years, including the new Union Square and YWCA and YMCA, and so many changes here recently. Sure, a beautiful view from up here, though.
Well, we appreciate us coming up on this building. Now we'll pan around the whole city and get the view of Bradford from the top of this building here. It's near the center of Bradford on Main Street.
Yeah, it's the center of Main Street, and you can see in every direction from here.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Gleason. Now we'll pan the city.
Yes.
So no matter what time it is anywhere in Pennsylvania, it's always 7:05 in Bradford.